This week Sunday, Arsenal take on Fulham in the early kickoff, and you can win yourself a share of £500 in AFTV Picks. All you got to do is select your options and a share of £500 can be yours. Click the link in the description right now. You've got to be over 18 and a share of £500 could be on its way to you.
Yes, people, and welcome to the build-up with me, Cecil Jee, and James B. And I'm back in the building. I'm back. I'm happy.
Yay.
Yeah. You dickhead. Thanks for. James hasn't killed me, people. Okay, so the rumours of James killing me, it's not true. Haven't been sacked. I'm here, live in the flesh. The Dons.
I can't believe people message.
I got messages from people saying, "Why did you get sacked?" No, I'm here. So thank you. Also, just a quick one. Yeah, shout out to the people. I was watching you in Turkish. Did an amazing show whilst I was away. And thank you for people in the comments. MM58, there was a load of people, Arsenal Queen as well, saying, they were questioning where am I, Cecil in, all of that. I love you guys. Just because sometimes, it gets a bit mad on the comments, but...
It does get a bit mad.
It does get a bit
mad.
But
you got, it's true. You've got to appreciate the love when you get it.
Exactly
and we did begrudgingly miss you.
Oh, that's sweet.
A little bit.
Well, I didn't bring my speaker today, which is a shame, but we'll still be doing Danger Man. Danger Man is back. Don't worry, look out for that as well towards the end of the show.
It's just a song. I quite like your Danger Man section. I learn a lot. It's just the bloody song I hate. I don't have to listen
we'll
to
get you a song soon. I
don't
know
want
you
a song. I really don't want a song.
Anyway, James, how are you? Big game. Well, not big. Well, it is a big game. Well, for me, it's not that a big game, but for you, which we're going to get to later.
Champions League final. No, it matters. We're going to talk about it in a bit, but I'm good. Not had a chance to catch up with you ahead of this game. May as well hear what you think before I bore you with my sort of monologue on why today matters. But
yeah, you don't bore us, James. You don't bore us. Don't say that. You're not going to bore us with the stats. That's what people are here for. I come here for it. I learn a whole heap of stuff when you're breaking things down.
So does today matter to you?
Today? Nah, not really.
I bet you'll be the loudest, right? When Troop's doing his stream downstairs, you'll be the loudest, right? When a throw-in won't go away.
I get into it.
That would be you.
Same when I'm at the ground, like, it's a normal, it could be just a mundane game.
Do you know why? Because you're an Arsenal fan, and every game...
You just get...
Well, I found myself getting a bit agitated over, like, pre-season friendly before.
Yeah,
right? Come on, see, if we're playing a good team, I'm like...
I can say, to me, as the league goes, I'm not really fussed. But yeah, deep down, when I'm watching Arsenal play, like, of course, we're fans. Like, it just gets a hold of you. That's why downstairs I just turn into a fan. That's how you should be.
Right.
But Fulham, I'm looking forward to it, if I'm honest. There's a few players I actually like the look of. I expect us to be a routine win. I listened to Arteta's press conference, and he keeps hammering home about this message he keeps saying, we only have a few days to prepare and recover, obviously off the Thursday night games. And I actually found it quite interesting because last week we had Sheffield United, and what I took from it is Arteta then has a game on Thursday. When you're a player, this is what happens. You have a game on Thursday. The next day is a rest day, so you don't come in. Some players may come in do a physio check. It depends if they got injured or if they got a slight knock. But most of the team have it off. Then the next day will obviously be the Saturday. You'll go in and you'll do light shape. You'll do a shape session, you'll do light session and shape. So you'll look at the team that you're playing and figure out how you're going to beat them. So that's only a day really to prepare for a game. But I think that benefits us. I really do. Because the team aren't overcoached and they can just go and do whatever they need to do against, say, Fulham or Sheffield United, and they play really well. And of recent, that's what's happened.
I hear what you mean, some momentum thing.
Yeah, it's not...
Well, I do think Arteta's ways are so specific that he does kind of want... he wants that time on the training field. He wants to be able to coach very certain things.
Yes.
Let's get into it.
Yeah.
Because today matters to me. And I'm going to say why. Now, let's just address it. A few people, to be honest, I thought I was going to get more heat for it. A few people were laughing at me saying that, if we get more points than last season, it's progress. And that if we finish 7th rather than 8th, it's progress. Now, listen. When you're knocked out the title race, then you're not in the top 4 race, and then you're probably not getting top 6. There's very little to hold hope on, okay? So please don't think that this is my standard at the beginning of the season. I'm going, we got 56 points last year, we'll forget 57, that's good.
you got criticised.
That's not what I'm saying. I was hoping people would be under the assumption that, everything else is pretty unattainable. We could get a Europa League finish, but I think that's unlikely.
I was quite shocked when you said that these matter to you.
The point I was trying to say is, when you look at, and we're going to go into it now, when you look at the Premier League table this season compared to how it was last season, oh, is that me looking?
Look how glum you look.
Oh, bloody hell.
You're right.
I look really miserable. That's what happens when I'm on these shows. It's Lee, I think. He does that to me. Let's look at the Premier League table at the moment. So, here we are. You can see us there in 9th, whopping 9th. Hopefully when I illustrate it, this will not prove my point. Look, people are going to disagree. And ultimately, by the way, every season is different. Some leagues are more competitive. You need less points. You just need to beat your rivals to be able to get... We finished on 70 points second because there's a more competitive league, more competitive or a worse quality league, whatever you want to call it. We then finished on 75 points, finished 5th. So points isn't everything, and I'm more than aware of that. But when there's absolutely nothing else to put faith in right now, this is one of those few things in the league I think we should at least aspire to achieve. Not just for the sake of going, woo, more points than last year, but also because I believe if we do excel in these last 7 games and exceed last year's points tally, we'll end up in some semi-respectable spot in comparison to our rivals. This is what I mean. So if you look, we played 31 games, we've won 13, drawn 6, lost 12. That is just a horrendous amount. Okay, we've got a +8 goal difference. This isn't great. But if you look up the table, we're 4 points off Everton. We play them next week. We're 5 points off Spurs of the game in hand. Liverpool, okay, a bit further in the distance. But really, we want to be finishing ahead of Everton and Spurs.
Yep.
We want to be finishing ahead of Villa as well, who have a game in hand on us. Leeds as well, they're creeping up. We want to, earn some distance from them. So what I'm trying to say is, if you finish behind Man United, City, Chelsea, Liverpool, there's no shame in that. The season's shameful.
Yeah.
But that one fact alone, for a transition year, there's no great shame in that. But I think no matter where we are, I'd be disappointed to finish behind Everton. I'm always disappointed to finish behind Spurs.
Okay.
Yep, always.
Can I just throw this question while you're doing this? Guys, is today's game for you? What's the question? Is today's game important to you, or is it the rest of the...
Do you take it seriously? Do you take it seriously?
Do you take the rest of the games in the Premier League serious? Does it matter to you? I want to ask a question. Let's come off the hair. The people are getting at me from hair. I haven't been able to have a...
Is that why you're chuckling there?
Yeah, I keep laughing because they're probably going on it, but I haven't been able to get a trim. There's a reason for it. Can't say right now, but yeah.
Fair enough.
Just forget that. Let us know in the comments. Does it matter to you the rest of the league games?
So,
and what you're saying is right though, James.
Yeah.
I think... No, I still disagree with you, but I do want to finish ahead of Tottenham.
No, but this is exactly my point, right? So it always matters to me if we finish behind Spurs.
Yeah.
It always matters to me. Everton, Villa, Leeds... Okay, Wolves a bit further away, but we're better than these teams. We shouldn't be... We finished behind Wolves last season. These things, you can have a bad year and a transition year, but no matter what, we should be finishing ahead of them. The only real anomaly there is West Ham, who are sitting 4th. Well, they drop points. Chances of us catching them are unlikely. They've got a favourable end to the season. But every year there's an anomaly. There's one team that you think, oh wow, I wasn't expecting that. They've had a really good year. And I don't want to discredit West Ham. They're a good side and David Moyes doing a very good job. But I think even they'd admit they're doing much better than anyone expected, okay?
They agree. I'm going to let you know that everyone is agreeing. Not everyone, there's a few notes, but a lot of people are on your side.
Thank you.
Yes, all games should feel important. All games matter. Every game matters. Yes, winning breeds confidence, so yes, it does matter.
Right.
Which that's a fair point.
Yeah.
Winning breeds confidence. We're on a good...
But that's the kind of obvious one, going to the Europa League semi-final. So, just clock these numbers. Everyone watching and Cecil as well. All right, 13 wins.
Yep.
43 goals scored. Goal difference of 8. Just the 7 games to go. So there's 21 points available with a favourable run. By favourable, I mean difficult, but you expect us to win most of those games. Let's look at last season's Premier League table. And now I'm going to have to wait for the internet, which is typical. Here we are. Okay. This is where we finished last season. Premier League wins.
14 wins.
14.
14 draws as well.
So this is my point. When people talk about last season, and people go, well, this year we've lost 12 games, it's shocking. All right, but we dropped points in 24 games out of 38 last season. Dropped points, right? We are 1 win away already from matching last season's total Premier League wins. So people saying, oh, it was better under Emery, we've regressed, that's not true. Have we improved enough? No.
Agreed.
Are we 100% under the right manager going in the right direction? No. But please, can people stop telling me it's regressed when it hasn't? We finished on 56 points. We're on how many at the moment? 45.
40, yeah.
With 21 available. So we can finish on 66.
We should
We can finish on 66.
We should outpoint us this season. We should get
So
over
call it
56.
60 to 63, right? Because there's going to be some drop points in there. You can still quite comfortably beat that points tally, and that would put us into 6th from last season if we got 60 points. 66 would put us in the top 4. So if we got 66 points this season by winning all our remaining matches, we're level with the points tally that finished Man United and Chelsea in the top 4. So this is what I'm saying when I talk about improvement and
Tell them.
If you won't agree with
I know,
me,
you're schooling, that's right.
So this is what I'm saying to people when I say, no, if you finish 7th or 8th, it doesn't matter what points tally you're on. But if you're trying to make a case for there being progression, and you're trying to sell a project to the players, and you're trying to get them on board, and you're trying to almost evaluate, right, where do we stack up from last season? There's been a big transition, there's been a pandemic, there's been players who weren't a part of the squad are having to go, and you're trying to evaluate, have we really moved forward? I think, depending on what we do in these last 7 games, it is important to do what we can, smash last season's points tally, smash last season's games won, because we're on 13, so I expect to be on minimum 16, 17 by the end.
Agreed.
Not lose any more games, score more goals, climb that table, and if we do that, we've got a chance of finishing 6th unlikely, 7th maybe, but being in and around the teams we expect to be around.
But it's still not good enough, though. You agree with that this season?
Miles away from where we want to be.
Scroll up a tiny bit. Let me just see the points tally of first, 99, and then go back to this season's Premier League table at the moment, 99. At the end of the 99. Oh, I do remember that because I didn't hit the 100 mark. Okay, so points 74. That's okay with
55 at the moment. So it's going to take. I think it's going to take another. I think it's going to take 70 points probably to get you into the top 4. Yeah, maybe 68 to 72, I say.
Yeah.
So just to reiterate, are we miles from where Arsenal Football Club want to be? Absolutely. Have we had a good season? No. But is there something we can do in the league this season that will resemble some kind of progression in terms of, and by the way, remember how bad the autumn is. So I'm thinking more January onwards. That symbol some kind of progression, some kind of record and level that is sustainable with the rivals that we are praising. Chelsea, look at Tuchel, look at Klopp. Even Mourinho's having a bad season. They're up there. Look at what. Okay, Moyes, to be fair, is doing an unbelievable job,
really well,
right?
Yeah.
We're very quick to say, well, they're all still in a race. Okay, but let's just remember that for everything that's gone on, we're actually not miles away, but we've got to finish this season strong for that to be applicable. If we finished last season 10 points off the top 4. We're currently 9. If we win our game in hand, we're 7 points off. This is what I'm talking about, closing the gap. Just it's very minor things. It's really minor, but it does make a difference.
Okay.
And if you don't believe it, fine.
No, it's split.
And that's fine. It's an opinion.
No, it's splitting decisions in the comments. EA Production says I agree with James. There's people saying I agree. James is spot on, all perspective in it, says Rude Boy. Some people say delusion.
Can I ask something?
Arteta's not the man.
Can I ask something? When people, and by the way, I'm not having a go here. When people say I'm delusional, what do you mean by delusional? If you don't think it matters, that's completely fair. But that's not what delusion means. That means believing something that's not real. What I've just presented numbers and fact to you there. Like, we can do better than last season, and that, whether you think it's a teeny tiny bit of progress or you think it's big progress, it symbolises something. So if you don't agree, that is completely fair enough. I'm not going to get arsey about that, but it's not delusion, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
But that's
that's fine. AFC.
Maybe I'm getting a bit defensive.
Yeah, don't bite.
No, but you get my point.
No, I hear what you're saying.
You get my point.
No, I do.
Yeah.
I do. I hear what you're saying. I think. Yeah, just what I said, for me, these games, these should be routine wins. Whether they will with Arsenal in this season, we don't know.
But of course, but like I said, if we don't do the job, then everything I just said doesn't matter. That's my point.
Okay, that's fair. No, it's fair. AFC Max says Cecil and James and Troops are tied for second behind DT as my faves AFTV pundits, but I prefer Harvey for stats. Sorry, James, still love you. Come on, you Gunners, 3-0 win. That was a super chat from AFTV Max.
Thank you. I will take the good from those.
Yeah,
no, I appreciate that. Big up Harvey. Harvey's great.
Big up Harvey. Right, so I know you want to look at Fulham and give us a little breakdown. I'm intrigued to hear what you have to say, because if I'm honest, I haven't watched loads of Fulham. Oh!
Yeah.
Look at you. Reminded me. Guys, so I've
missed doing analysis with you.
Yeah, man.
Because I've missed like just doing stuff and then coming back to it, and you kind of like, oh shit.
Oh yeah, we spoke about this like 2 seconds before we went live. I was like, yeah, we'll do that. Yeah. Forgot about it. James, thank you, guys. Obviously, I looked at. You may have seen this, you may not have, but this is the Europa League Team of the Week, and I wanted to highlight it because there's 5 Arsenal players in that, and I'm just counting that one more time. Yep, 5. There's 5 players in that. Out of the 11.
There's 11 players on the pitch?
Is there 11? Yep. How many do you need for football? 11? Yep. Okay. No, I'm joking. So there's 5 players out in the Arsenal team. I think it's great. We've got Lacazette in there, Saka, Emile Smith-Rowe, Pepe, and Chambers. Do you know what? Chambers was a surprise for me, but he did play well, but I was surprised to see him in there.
He played very well.
For the Team of the Week. And on top of that, I obviously want to highlight the main man himself, our star boy here. I don't know if they're zooming in on the screen. Bukayo Saka. Hopefully you can see my hands just highlighting him here. Sorry, I would have loved to have done it. Oh, look at you!
I mean, the quality's horrendous, so let's just move on from that.
Pull that back.
Yeah.
Saka, obviously, he got Player of the Week for the Europa Team of the Week. He got Player of the Week as well. He's been outstanding. He is our star boy. He's probably, for me, Player of the Season for Arsenal. I know you did Target Man on him as well. Big up.
Guys, go to AFTV VIP, check out Target Man, because it was loads of fun walking around the Emirates in all sorts of weather conditions. We had tropical weather and we had just the worst of the British weather as well in one day. But it's just a breakdown on Saka and his numbers. And you know what? I'm not going to spoil it. You go check out, I did a breakdown of his numbers compared to Sterling in their first full seasons, their breakout seasons, and their first 77 games as well. Very comparable, and Sterling's had a pretty special career. So
yeah, no, he has. Yeah. Listen, I big up Sterling, but Saka, he's just
quality, man.
Generational.
That goal the other night.
And before we move on, just off this again, I want to say 4 Man United players, 5 Arsenal players. We can do this. That's no logic to it at all.
Absolutely.
No logic.
Absolutely none. Especially when you're looking at the FedEx Performance Zone Team of the Week, and they've got Smith-Rowe as their holding midfielder. This is right.
Yeah, it's
big
wild.
up FedEx and everyone.
And Lacazette on the left.
This is what irritates me about Teams of the Week, right?
It's wild.
They basically just pick the highest rated and just shove them in there. And it's like, I'd like to know who was actually the best central midfielder of the games, not just, who can we just get by and shove him in? Who was actually don't squeeze Dzeko and Moreno in if they're not, actually... I'd like to see that. I'd like to actually see, Chambers played right back, so why did he get centre back of the week? But that's just me. Anyway, I'm being miserable. The comments have got to me.
All right, relax.
I'm kidding.
We've got a lot of super chats coming in, so thank you guys.
You take them while I set
I'm just going to quickly just smash through these. Nick Hill says, what do you think about alternating between Saka and Xhaka at left back instead of Cedric for the remaining games? I'm not sure if Xhaka can offer us an attacking outlet down the left.
You take that one.
I'm not angry that Xhaka doesn't offer us the attacking threat down the left, if I'm completely honest. He hasn't been tested yet against a real difficult winger, but he gives us stability and allows the players, like I've said before, in front of them to play. And actually, for me, it's worked really well. So, and I like Cedric as well. So, I
don't think. I think with Pepe out on the left wing, you don't need Xhaka to bomb on. So it kind of works.
It works. Adam O says, James, you're making. Hasn't happened yet. Okay, cool. Adam, I'm just checking in case if I can read this out. James, you're making a straw man argument. It hasn't happened yet. Arteta isn't the guy. But I never said Arteta was the guy. I never said it was good enough. I just made this is what really annoys me, right? I'm not. But I'm not. None of that was me advocating for Mikel Arteta and the job he's doing. That was a passionate discussion about why these remaining games matter and why there's something worth playing for. Taking away, we could qualify for the Europa League, we could finish above Spurs, well, I kind of included that. That's all I'm saying. Don't take more than what I've given you from that. That's all I'm trying to say. Blitz Monster 1 says, quite honestly, how excited are we for the league games? I think younger squads should get more game time. Hashtag, he's talking about Dogecoin and crypto and that, but big up. But yeah, no, so he's just saying the youngsters should get a chance. I agree. I would love to see Balogun today.
Mate, youngsters should get a chance. Youngsters are carrying our season. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
They are. I think they more than are getting their chance, quite frankly.
Definitely. And then Nero, last one. Nero says last one. Emery finished 5th though in the first season. Second season he was sacked.
Yeah. He finished 5th. And by the way, I thought he had a good first season. I'm not going to take that away from him after the fact and seeing what happened after. I thought he had a good first season, but it imploded. It ended terribly. 2 home draws and a bounce. Baku, he had no clue what formation he wanted to play. Again, finished on 70 points. We should have finished in the top 4. He blew that with some really poor selections. And I said I didn't want to discredit him, but there was a little bit of leftover work from Wenger there. We can't lie. You know, a lot of it was Wenger's team and players like Aubameyang, Ozil, Lacazette still in their prime. When you've got that front 3, you're going to do all right. So, you know, Emery did a good job, but I don't think you can read too much into it. Even so, we can finish on 66, 4 points off Emery, and you're trying to convince me Emery did a good job in that first season.
I don't know if he's rattled or if he's very calm.
I'm very calm. I'm very calm.
Very calm, but he's reading off facts.
Listen, I'm very reassured about how I feel about the work Unai Emery did at this club.
Right.
I'm still undecided about Arteta, although I'm backing him. But I'm very sure how I feel about the work Emery did.
Mad says, big up Cecil and James, keep up the good work. I'm trying to do the Mika Richards and the Roy Keane. I'm trying to prod at him. James is good at keeping level-headed, but I've seen him rattled.
He's seen me rattled.
Cecil! Yeah, he gets angry. But right, let's get on to it. Let's get through Fulham, break them down. Let us talk to us.
How long we got left?
I know, we've been riling on. We've got to try and...
Oh, well, we'll have good chats, you know.
Yeah, we good for time?
15 minutes.
15 minutes?
15 left. Right, cool. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah,
okay, cool.
All right, cool.
Sorry, guys. I know this is the show you really come for, but, you know, we're on time.
Yeah, right.
So, Fulham, why are they so bad?
My God, that's going to get clear.
Full time, Arsenal 0, Fulham 2.
Go on.
I don't mind saying that because actually I'm about to make a case for why they're not so bad.
Okay.
I looked at where they rank for certain key stats in this Premier League season. The first 3, pretty damning.
Yeah,
They've
good,
won
James.
5 games, so they're 18th. They've lost 16, 18th. They've only scored 24 goals, 19th. That's relegation form.
Yep.
That pretty much 18th sounds about right for where they are in the league.
It's a shame. I like Fulham, man.
I like Fulham. Local club.
Yeah.
You know, I had friends who had season tickets. They used to go quite a bit. They're a good club. They're really, I don't mean to patronise when I say that. I do like Fulham. I like Scott Park as well. I like a lot of their players.
Yeah.
There's a serious issue here, and I think it's the issue a lot of clubs have when they come into the Premier League. They try to stay up, and that is goal scoring. It's just scoring goals and it's just putting it in the back of the net, scraping, having that striker that gets you a point when actually you probably should have lost a game, or winning you a game when it's tight and it's kind of on a knife edge. They've had 376 shots. That's the 10th best in the league. For shots on target, they're ranked 14th. They've also had the 9th highest amount of passes with 14.9 thousand, 14,900. Clean sheets, they're in the top 15, right? So there's 5 clubs who have kept less clean sheets than them. But this is where it gets heavy. You know, they've missed 32 big chances, but they're creating 32 big chances as well.
Kind of makes sense for the passes as well. They keep
hit the woodwork a lot, tackles as well. So
jeez, that's a good. I've never seen that stat. Hit the woodwork. Go on, James.
So when you look below these top 3 here, and you look lower there, you realise they're not performing in terms of like the naked eye. If you didn't know anything about the context of the season, you just watched them. Your impression of Fulham would be they played decent football. They went to Anfield and won. They went to Fulham. They went to Spurs and nicked a point. They played some really good football over the season, especially after we battered them at their place 3-0. You thought they were going straight down. Go on, you got a question?
No, that Fulham when they beat Spurs, was that at the start? Was that at the beginning?
No, they drew.
Because they lost 1-0.
Yeah, no, they drew at White Hart Lane, or whatever their stadium's called, the Toilet Bowl. So they're a decent side, but a big part of it is scoring goals. And I want to have a look at Alexander Mitrovic, who, by the way, I think is a class player.
Yeah, Robbie actually, when was in before the January window, I remember Robbie saying he wouldn't be angry if he came. Obviously now he's.
I wouldn't.
Would you not either? I don't think
as a backup option, yeah.
Okay, yeah, as a backup option.
Yeah, real handful.
He's a handful. That was exactly what I was going to say. He's a handful. He's a good player. But yeah, I know Robbie was keen on if he came to Arsenal, he wouldn't be angry at him.
Yeah.
Break down, let me see some.
Let's start with the right, because this is his Premier League numbers for this season. So he's made 25 appearances. Now, I'd heard murmurings of an injury. You know, you watch commentary say, oh, Mitrovic isn't around because of injury or whatever. And I thought, okay, well, that's a pretty big deal. We've seen Cavaleira start up front for them. We've seen Reed, I think Bobby Reed, is that his name? They've had to sort of play with different options. But in 25 appearances, he started 12 games, but he's been subbed on 13 times. And I looked at his injury record, and he had COVID. Now, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
Where he missed maybe 3, 4, 5 games. And then he had, I think, an Achilles injury or something, or a tendon injury, where he was out for 2 games. But he's not actually been that unavailable for a lot of the season. He still made 25 appearances, and in that scored 3 goals and got 3 assists. But that's not what he's in the team to do. He should be leading the line week in, week out for Fulham. And whether it's a performance thing, whether maybe when he's played, he's not done well, so Parker's taken him out. I don't watch enough of Fulham to know. I'm sure Fulham fans will be able to tell me in the comment section maybe why he's not been playing as much. But he's been around. And I'd have thought if there's any chance of Fulham staying up, it's getting Mitrovic scoring, basically, getting him firing. Ademola Lookman's been one of their star players.
Yeah,
if you compare Mitrovic to last season, 40 appearances in the Championship, 40 starts.
26
He wasn't
goals.
subbed on once, man. He was a stalemate. He's in that team every single week, scoring 26 goals and got 2 assists.
That's a good.
Yeah.
Even in the Champions, that's good numbers.
He's a good player, and I just think that is predominantly the problem with Fulham. They're a good side. They play good football. I've got a lot of respect for them. What Parker's doing. If you don't have a striker to bail you out at times, you're not going to stay up. And today will represent kind of a last chance for them, really. If they get something out of today, which no one's expecting, then maybe that will breed some confidence that they can go and pick up a few wins. They're not miles off Newcastle, but Newcastle are starting to get points again. I think that's 7, what is it? I don't know, maybe 7 points, 4 points from the last 3. What do they do? They've won a few games. They're turning it around a bit. So.
Okay, well, now's the time for the favourite section of the show. I haven't got my speaker, so I'm going rogue, yeah? Allow me.
I'm delighted.
Rogue.
Speakers.
It worked though. Yeah, I like that. I hope you guys heard that. Danger Man. So the person
I'm sure they did. You put it right up to your mic. You put it down. It was so loud. You put it down your top.
It was too loud.
Bit weird.
Apologies, guys. I hope you heard that. If you got headphones in full volume, I'm sorry. Apologise. Adama Lookman for me was a danger man. Obvious. At the moment, he's on form. Forward player, sometimes plays out on the wide. Siams. He's 23 years old, so young, still young.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be probably might nick a move if they go down to a bigger club this season.
He was at Everton and then went to Leipzig.
Leipzig, yeah.
And I thought that was going to be a big thing for him. Obviously, he's come back. I can't remember if he signed permanently or he's just on a loan. Good player though.
Yeah, he came from Leipzig, but so. Really young, doing really well. Appearances 26, 2 of them were subs. Shots 62, shots on target 21. Now, it's like 1 in 3. The conversion rate's not massively on target shots, but he's still been very prolific for them. I mean, 4 goals, 4 assists. I think you can take away. It's the best numbers in the squad right now for Fulham. So big up to him.
It's not bad for a winger in a struggling side.
Correct.
But it's also, if that's the best numbers, that ain't keeping
it's not good enough. Yeah, exactly. But I just think watching him play out, sort of someone I'd like to watch on the eye test. I think he is dangerous. Something we need to look out for in today's game. But we should be able to handle him. But that is me for the danger man section. However, I want to highlight one other player, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Now, I like him a lot, and I'm here at AFTV and we do a lot of stuff. We talk about stats, we do breakdowns and stuff. But obviously, I did play once, a long time ago, once upon a time. Don't know if you guys know. But around that time...
Statue at Crawley, go check it out. People taking pictures of it all the time.
There's no
Parts of the day, people there like,
there's no statues.
Taking pictures.
But I always worry about speaking about my time as a player and like speaking on stories. Only because I work still within football and I speak with young players, I feel like it's their privacy that I'm trying to protect. But I thought I want to talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek because when I was coming up and I was signed and playing, this was the person I looked up to. Crazy. Him and Chuba Akpom were the players that were kind of blowing up around the time that I was playing and trying to get a contract and keep my career going. Ruben Loftus-Cheek at the time it was broken in the news that he was the first teenager to make £1 million off football. So he was like the person I aspired to have a career like. And funny enough, his fitness coach, after he'd done his injury, done his knee, which I think has massively affected his game, because he was deemed to be one of the best talent coming through the Chelsea Academy, going to be England's next #1 star, that midfielder that we've all been screaming out for. Very versatile, powerful, and technical. His technical ability was crazy. But he had his injury, and through his recovery, he went to the guy that some of you may have heard of, you may not have, but Jamie Lawrence. He is Ghana's fitness coach, and he is a guy that off-season, so during pre-season, if you're a young professional, that's where you go. You go to Jamie Lawrence. He does like sessions in a park, but they are like elite level. And
really?
yeah, like top players will turn up. Like you could just be a normal kid. Like a normal kid that just likes enjoying playing football, and you can contact him and you'll be there, and then like superstars turn up. Like Ruben Loftus-Cheek, players like Craig Eastman always was there, regular.
Eastman?
Yeah, he was there.
He was a decent player for us.
He actually, because of Jamie Lawrence, he ended up at Sutton, because Jamie Lawrence used to be a coach there as well, and that's how it all...
I couldn't believe he went to Sutton.
I know.
I mean, I remember him being a decient...
Yeah.
When he played for us, he was really decent.
He was decent, and he was technical. He used to do all
Just shows you
all
football,
the drills.
doesn't it?
Listen, you can go from here, down, up again. Football
Shows you how fragile it is as well. Like,
Correct.
Actually, is the difference that big, or is it just a bit of luck, mentality?
It's that, and where do you play to enjoy your football? Like, when you get into the professional side, it gets very toxic. I can't speak for everyone, but I know quite heavily and quite to a high level that it becomes, the politics get a lot for players, and you can drop down, and you fight. You want to go back to when you enjoyed playing football. So like Sunday League, or when you're young. That's why players like Zach Ansah, a friend of mine, was at Arsenal. He's now playing for SC Dons, but he always talks about, I enjoy it here, because it's like a family. So, but yeah, I've gone off topic, but Ruben Loftus-Cheek.
No, genuinely, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, I just thought I would let you guys know a bit more, because I always hold back on some things, because I just feel...
I get it.
Why not? But
He's
yeah.
quality, man. He when Sarri was at Chelsea was when he was starting to get most of his game time at the club, and he was quality then. I remember the Euros as well. Southgate brought him on, and he always seemed to make a difference for England, especially that first game. I can't remember who we were playing.
Yeah.
He's a quality player,
He
good
is.
on the ball. Like, it's very easy for players with that tool, that strong, to not have it technically.
Yeah.
He's got it all.
He's got it. And I remember there was a video that was circulated in Chelsea, and he was in the academy, and obviously he won the Youth Cup a lot with Chelsea. But there was a video where he's like drives from their half, he drives all the way through and score. Like, he just runs through past everyone with ease. And that is how I remember him. Obviously, I know because of injury and he's come back. He hasn't really fulfilled, I don't believe, his full potential, but he's still got many years ahead. He's still a young player. But
He does, yeah.
Yes, right.
Agreed.
I think we're at the section now where we can build. Have we got time to build 11s? Or?
Do we build an 11?
Yeah, let's build.
It's a good chance to remind people that
that as part of the show.
that we
part of the
have
show.
AFTV VIP.
Here we go. Break it down for them.
Which,
it's loaded.
as you can, that's an internet thing, not a VIP thing. There I am, looking cheery as ever. Look at me. Gotta look happy. That's a bad angle, isn't it?
You look very slim there. I know that sounds mad.
Slim?
So, yeah, no, you do.
Nah, my face looks like you could pop it. Anyway, here we are. That's the Forever Arsenal podcast that we did live on YouTube. Actually, we did a live stream. Don't know if we'll actually have to. We'll build your 11 because we've not seen your 11 yet. But go check everything out. We've got, Access All Areas is back, as you know, and we do have a brand new show.
Oh, we have 2 minutes.
We've got 2 minutes.
Got 2 minutes.
A brand new show, Target Man. You can see it there. About Bukayo Saka. Go find out.
Oh,
why he's
wicked.
I know, it's cool, isn't it?
Thumbnail's sick.
Yeah, it's not bad. I know.
Sick.
I didn't make it.
Oh,
But let's get into building 11s.
Yes. I haven't actually thought about it, James, so
Great.
I'd happily just
You've got 2
like
minutes.
to go through it together. Yeah,
Probably 1 minute now.
Matt Ryan in goal.
Really?
Yeah.
Straight in with the contra.
Why not?
I just told you why this matters.
And he's a good enough keeper for it to matter. Listen, what you don't
Yeah,
do?
he
I
is,
would
okay.
trust Matt Ryan.
Fine, all right.
Gabriel, put him in centre back. I'm just going crazy right now. I haven't really gone quite rogue.
Yeah.
Holding.
All right. You've really not thought about this, have you?
No, I'm not thinking about any of this. I'm just literally going as it goes. Bellerin deserves to play. Haven't seen him for a while.
Really?
I mean, he hasn't done anything. Not that he deserves to play. I just haven't seen him in a while.
Okay.
Sedders. And that's Cedric.
Sedders.
Got nicknames now.
Bloody hell.
El Neni, put him in the midfield. Definitely would like to see him. Now, who do I want alongside him? Partey. Why not? We can't put Xhaka in that. I know we could do it, but I want him to get used to that left back.
Okay.
Get used to that position for the rest of the season. Up top, Balogun. Rogaz, innit?
I wouldn't actually mind that. Go on.
3. I want to save. No, I don't want to save Saka. We've got a week off. We don't need to save Saka.
We literally, we don't play till next Friday.
Yeah, so we'll put Saka in there. Do we want? Is Odegaard fit? Is he still out?
He's still out.
Emil Smith Rowe in the 10. Who gets that final spot? Willian?
He's giving it to William. There you go.
That's it. That's me.
Cecil, totally inexplicable and horrendous.
I know, guys. Please don't get at me for putting Willian in there.
Cecil out!
I know.
It's not even William, but anyway. No, it's fine.
Dead Grub FC. Listen, guys, it's been the build-up with me, Cecil Jee, and James B. Thank you for all the positive comments. A lot was getting out my hair and us and our breaking down of stuff. But hey, it's been lockdown. We've been busy. Big up to you all. Thank you for watching. We will see you again soon. Make sure you stay on AFTV for the starting 11. It's coming up next. Peace.
This week Sunday, Arsenal take on Fulham in the early kickoff, and you can win yourself a share of £500 in AFTV Picks. All you got to do is select your options, and a share of £500 can be yours. Click the link in the description right now. You've got to be over 18, and a share of £500 could be on its way to you.